right. Recording in progress, recording in cloud, so we won't see your beautiful faces. You'll only see my face. Let's go ahead, get started, warming up. Bring those hands behind your head. Feet about shoulder width apart. Make sure hip, knees, toes are lined up. Flat back, bring it on down like a good morning and up. When we come up, squeeze those shoulder blades together, then come back to neutral. Good. Wiggling those toes, kind of see how we feel after the weekend. You can round the shoulders if you want. This is your time, kind of do what you need. Pushing those hips back. Think about pulling that belly button into the spine, soft bend in those knees, squeezing those glutes together at the top. Just kind of scanning the body. Letting go of anything heavy we're holding on to, anything that's not going to help us for this 45 minutes. We have arm heavy today. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leave those hands up. Bring those feet a little wider. You're just going to squat, come up, knee to elbow, and down. Switching sides. Squat, come up, knee to elbow. Really want you to think about cinching through those obliques. Nice deep breaths. It does not matter if your feet start to flail out a little bit. That's just hip mobility. Just make sure the knees track right over those two toes. And you're still sitting those hips back. Controlling that foot all the way down, so it shouldn't sound nice and big. It should be nice and soft. Nice and soft. Good. 10 more seconds here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those feet out a little wider. This time, put those knees and toes out. Really think about pressing those knees over the pinky toes. Hands to the knees, gently press out while you drop that right shoulder. Look over the left. Come back to center, drop that left shoulder, look over the right. Moving back and forth between those two at your own pace. Thinking about sitting those hips down, pressing those knees out over the pinky toes. You're going to hold one side a little longer if it feels tight. You're up a little early. 10 more seconds. Noticing if one side's a little stickier. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to center. Jumping jacks. You have the option of jumping or join me in just stepping. Touching those hands up overhead. If you want a little more mobility, bring those hands together. Back behind you. Starting to get that body warm. We have about, I think it's like 7.5 minutes of strength. A Tabata round, 7.5 minutes of strength. Tabata round, our wall sits, and then some core work. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Butt kickers. So hopefully you're running right here. If you're not running with me, over exaggerate those arms. Trying to keep those knees down to the ground. We can over-exaggerate the arms up or down if we are stepping. Otherwise, you're just running those arms like normal. Thinking about the back of the leg, pulling the heels up to the glutes. Getting warm. We got 10. Taking it to high knees in 3, 2, 1. Again, hopefully you can run them. If you're not running them, over-exaggerate those arms. Thinking about that core. Pulling the knee up, controlling the leg down. 10 seconds. Maybe pick up the pace. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, grab a sip of water if you need. I'll explain what we're doing. We're doing one arm stuff today. If you have super light weights, if you can put them both in one hand, that would be great, because doing one side requires us to use our core. If you can't fit them both in your own hand and you want more work, you can do 2 arms at a time. So we're going to take it to a low row, hinge forward, row back, elbow comes back for 30 seconds. Then we're going to stand up, wide row, palm, you got 15s and 10s there. Wide row, palm back, wrist stays straight, And then 30 seconds cross body curl. So palm out, palm to chest. Then we're gonna switch sides. Then we're gonna hold a squat for 30 seconds. Weight right here, just stepping it back. Then we're gonna do it again. So let's start with that weight in the right arm. Here we go, hinge forward, shoulders, elbows the same, low row. We're not taking a break. We're just going from one side to the other. Belly buttons in tight to keep those hips even. Sometimes I like to bring my hand to my lower back to make sure I'm not rocking to one side or the other. Controlling that weight up and down. Giving me a little shoulder squeeze at the top. Wide row coming up. We'll stand it up in 3, 2, 1. Palm faces back. Make sure we're not leaning to one side. Shoulders stay nice and even. Option if we want a little more work, we can hold that non-working arm out at a fist. Think about squeezing those shoulders together. Good. Control the up and the down. If our weights feel light, we can come up fast and think down. 3, 2, 1. Cross body curl in 3, 2, 1. Palm starts facing out. Come across and down. Cross and down. If for some reason this doesn't work, take it to a normal bicep curl. Either way, elbow squeezing against the body. We're thinking about flexing those guns to come up. If we're using 2 weights because we have lighter weights, just alternate here. For 5, switching sides, low row, left side in 3, 2, 1. Flat back, row it up and down. Really thinking about squeezing that shoulder blade in. We can take that right arm if we want and make a fist down below. Belly button's pulled into the back of the spine. Soft bend in those knees. Solid athletic stance. For 5. Wide row in 3, 2, 1. Stand it up. Palm faces in. Make sure as we come up, we're not bending that wrist. It's staying straight like it's between 2 pieces of plywood. And we're thinking about that back. We're staying focused on the muscles we're working. Good. If coming all the way up causes any shoulder pain, come halfway up. Just think about those shoulder blades coming up and down. For 5, cross body curl. 3, 2, 1. Palm faces out. Come to the opposite side. Control it down. Don't let gravity control you. You stay in control. You're in control of your success. You're in control of your weights here. 10 seconds. Make sure we haven't started to creep into those toes. Weights even between the heels and the toes. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Come down to a squat. You're just going to step back and forth. Notice if your knees start to come in or your feet start to flail out. If you're a runner or a cyclist, your body probably starts to put you in that position. And we want to teach everything to go straight forward and straight back. We sit a little lower. 10 seconds. For 5, we're going to the right side in 3, 2, 1. We're only doing 2 rounds here. Right side, row it back. If you're feeling those biceps, that's fine. Right now, I want you to think about that back. That shoulder blade is pulling the elbow back and controlling it down. Hips are even. Core is tight. If we feel our lower back, that's a reminder to tighten up that core. Pull that belly button in. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wide row. Keep those shoulders back. Squeeze those shoulders together. Make sure we're not rounding, especially if we're working from home. We spend a lot of time on the phone. We'll start to round those shoulders. We want to open that chest up. Control up, control down. 10 seconds. Again, if that weight feels a little light, you can think about power up, slow down. 3, 2, 1. Cross body curl. I know this might become a lot for the biceps. If it becomes too much and you don't have other weights, just drop the weight. Keep the motion moving. We don't stop moving. We just work with what we have. Again, if it's lightweight, power up, slow it down. Power up, slow it down. Soft bend on those knees. Sometimes on this one, I start to see people lock their knees out. Soft bend. 3, 2, 1. Low row. Here we go. Knees and toes lined up. Lengthening the distance between the tailbone and the collarbone. Scraping that elbow right along the side of the body. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. If the weight is challenging you, that's good. That's where we want to be. You can use your breath to control yourself, to bring your mind back into positive with that struggle. 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Wide row. Out and down. Half the work is on the way back down. Elbow should stay out behind your chest. Make sure it's not creeping forward. Palms stay facing back. If you start to feel your palm come up where it's facing the ground, don't go up as high. Maybe you stop right about heart rate strap, bra strap line. That's okay. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cross body curl. We're only doing this 2 times. Well, this exact version 2 times. Good. Control that weight back down. Half the work is on the back. Don't lose half that work. Ten seconds. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right into that squat. Keep it low. Keep it low. You go to your range of motion. The goal is to get those glutes below or at level with the knees. That might not happen because of knee issues. That might not happen because of ankle tightness, but it's good to know the goal. Use that core to control that leg as it's moving. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set that weight down. Grab a sip of water. So for today's Tabata, both sets, we're going to do the same thing. We're doing 4 exercises 2 times. That'll get us our total of 4 minutes. 20 on, 10 off. Starting with burpees. Y'all know what burpees look like. Next is skaters. I can demonstrate one side, not the other. You're coming here, and then you're jumping this way. Or you're just stepping with me right here. Or if that hurts, you're just staying low and sidestepping. So burpees, then skaters, then high knees. Hopefully you're running them. If not, you're over exaggerating your arms. Then squat jacks, coming down, jumping up, both legs, or you're with me, we're step squatting. So it's burpees, skaters, high knees, squat jacks. 20 on, 10 off. Starting with those burpees. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. All the way down, all the way up. You decide if you're jumping or squatting at the top, but please look up. So often with burpees, I see us round our shoulders and stay down. Good. Halfway. 10 seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Skaters, here we go in 5. Actually, these are the palm. 3, 2, 1. So you're either jumping or you're stepping. Either way, we're trying to stay low. Get the outside of those glutes firing. 10 seconds. Can you sit lower? Can you pick up the pace? Remember, your goal is to get breathless. 3, 2, 1. High knees coming up. High knees. 3, 2, 1. Hopefully you can run them. If you're not, you're right here with me. We're working at the level that's going to make us feel the best. If we're running, we're thinking about right arm drives the left knee, left arm drags the right knee. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squat jacks. Jumping out, low. Bring the inside of the thighs together. 3, 2, 1. If jumping hurts something, you're just stepping and squatting. Making sure that weight is even over the center line of the body. Using the inside of the thighs to pull the legs together, whether you're squatting or jumping. 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds. Going back to those burpees. One more time through. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Remember that full push-up is optional. That jump at the top is optional. If you're not jumping, you can think about coming up on your toes. If you want a little more calf work. Picking the level that works for us. 3, 2, and 1. Skaters coming up. 2 rounds of everything. We're on round 2 in 3, 2, 1. Option on those skaters to bring the hand to the ground if you can keep the back flat and the chest up. If we're rounding those shoulders, then stay up taller. For 5, 3, 2, 1. High knees. Breathe it out. You should not have a full recovery. It's just a mental check. 3, 2, 1. If our legs feel tired, think about the arms. Again, right arm drives the left leg, left arm drives the right leg. Think about the muscles that feel strong, not the muscles that feel fatigued. 3, 2, 1. Squat jacks, last 20-second push of this Tabata set. 20 on, you got it. 3, 2, 1. Squeezing the glutes and the inner thighs together to come up to standing or jumping. So whether we're squatting or jumping, we're still thinking about the inside of the thighs and the glutes. For 5, to the end. 3, 2, and 1. All right, next round is 40 seconds long of strength training. So it's a little longer. We're gonna add on to what we just did. So you've got single arm, row, tricep kickback, come down. Row, tricep kickback, come down for 40 seconds. Then wide row, rotate, press. If the rotation hurts, I want you to do 3 rows, then 3 presses. And then we have 40 seconds in, out, angled bicep curl. So this time we're starting with our palm out, curl up, come in, back out, and down. If you have any elbow issues, take it to a regular bicep curl. See if you can come in, back to 90, and out. Then 40 seconds, squat, side to side. And then, well, switch sides, then squat side to side. So, row, tricep kickback, 40 seconds. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Same row. Then we think about the back of the arm kicking back. We're here 10 seconds longer. Working a few more muscles. Bigger range of motion. Still squeezing that shoulder, then pinching that tricep. Weight is even between both legs. Notice if you're starting to lean into one leg more than the other. That's where we got to use our core to stabilize us. 10 seconds. Really focus on the back of that arm there. 3, 2, 1. Wide row, curl, and press. Again, that arm can be out if you want more work. If the rotation hurts, give me 3 wide rows, then 3 presses. Soft bend in those knees, controlling that weight all the way through. Just over that halfway mark. These last few reps should be a struggle. Without that struggle, we cannot get stronger. Bigger movements and a little bit longer. Angled bicep curl in 2 and 1. Start out wide, Curl to 90, in, out, back down. Staying on that bottom half. Again, if you have any elbow issues, you can take it to just halfway or even just a curl. We're staying on that bottom half of the curl the whole time. This rotation right here is going to get into the shoulders a little bit as well. Trying to come out wide, squeeze that elbow in tight. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side, here we go. Row, tricep kickback. Bring it back down. Think about squeezing the shoulder blades, then squeezing the triceps. Deep breath out. Relaxing that other side or holding that fist in that right hand. Lengthening the space between your tailbone and your collarbone. It's only 40 seconds. 10 more to go. 2 rounds each time. For 3, 2, 1. Row, rotate, press. Arm can be out, arm can rest down, arm on your hip. And again, if we have any issues with that rotation, give me 3 rows, 3 presses. Going overhead, struggles or hurt something, don't go overhead, just row. Shoulders stay even, make sure we're not leaning to one side. Control that weight down 90 degrees, then rotate for 3, 2, and 1. Biceps start out, up 90 degrees, in, back out, down. So we're going down, back at that angle. If that hurts something, you're just doing 90, in, 90, down. Working those shoulders a little bit today. Belly button's pulled in, soft bend in those knees. 10 seconds, we go to that squat. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring our weight right here, hold it down, this time out to the side. Chest stays up, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Thinking about sitting those hips back. We're holding this squat the whole time. We're staying low. We're just tapping those legs out to the side. Belly buttons in if you feel your lower back. I know I'm a broken record with that one, but it's the first thing people say is I kind of hurt my lower back. Well, use your core. Use your core. 10. Sit it lower. You got it. 3, 2, 1. Right arm row. Tricep kickback. Right into it. Those step outs got your heart rate up a little bit. That's a good thing. Take a few moments here as you're moving that arm to take some deep breaths. Let it out. 20 seconds. We do not come back to this row. We do not come back to this weight routine. So get what you need out of these guys. Staying present right here. We have 3, 2, 1. Stand it up, wide row, and press. Bring it down. Good. Keep those knees nice and soft. Strong stance. And control that weight the whole time. Sometimes right here we like to let it pull us forward. Use that core to stay tight. Halfway. No need to rush through it. For 3, 2, and 1. This time we're going to come up, in, back out, all the way up, all the way down. Halfway up, in, out, all the way up, all the way down. Good. Again, if that bothers your shoulders or your elbows, just stay at 90 degrees. Maybe you just go straight up and straight down. Maybe you're able to come halfway, in, out. up, down. Good. Last time on this side. Make sure we're not leaning, we're nice and tall. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Other arm, row, tricep. Core is tight, back is neutral. So we're not arching that back. We're not rounding it, nice and neutral. You can slow the back down, the return, if that weight's feeling a little light. You need something to make it a little heavier. 10 seconds. Really thinking about pinching the back of the arm. In 3, 2, 1. Wide row, press. Good. Back down. Elbow stays out behind the chest. So we know we're keeping that chest open. We're not rounding those shoulders. Last time here. Halfway. Palms facing back until that moment you rotate it up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Biceps, start out, come halfway, in, out, all the way up, all the way down. Good. Again, you can always bring it to 90, maybe 90, you can go in and out. Halfway. This one requires you to stay a little focused. When I coach, I always notice I accidentally come all the way up, all the way down. If you mess up one time, it really doesn't matter. Just keep that arm moving. Don't beat yourself up over a very minor mess up. 3, 2, 1. Bring that weight to center. Bring it down, low squat, step it out. Getting those legs ready for Tabata. Sit those hips back and resist the urge to let yourself stand it up. Stay low, stay down. Thinking about the inside of the thighs, pulling the foot in, outside of the glutes, stabilizing that standing leg, and stepping out. 15 seconds. I know you can get a little lower. You can pull that core a little tighter. Come on, let's pick up the pace. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, grab a sip of water. You got 40 seconds to catch your breath. Then we have a Tabata round, the exact same thing. Burpees, skaters, high knees, squat jacks. Burpees, skaters, high knees, squat jacks. Then we move to our wall sits, core, and we're done. Here we go, burpees. We got 2 rounds of them. 3, 2, 1. When you get to the top, look up. Open that chest up. Be tall and be proud of the effort you are giving today. Whatever that effort is. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Skaters, let it go in 5, 3, 2, 1. Pushing hard enough here that 10 seconds is not a full recovery for you. It's not enough time to bring it down. Hips are back. If we're coming to the ground, we're keeping that back flat. Good. Come on, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. High knees in 5, 3, 2, 1. If we're stepping, we're over-exaggerating those arms out or up. If we're running, we're thinking about using the opposite arm to drive the opposite leg. Either way, we're using that core to control the legs. 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. 10 seconds, squat jacks. If you're unable to jump, we're gonna step squat as fast as we can. 3, 2, 1. If you're unable to jump, but you want a little bit, you can come up on those tippy toes before you step it in. Either way, make sure the knees and toes track the same direction. 3, 2, 1. One more time. Burpees, skaters, high knees, squat jacks. 3, burpees, 2, 1. Last set of burpees for the morning. Unless you're doing extra at some point in your life because you want to. Last set with me. Push up is optional. Jump at the top is optional. Quitting on yourself is never optional. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Skaters, it's your last chance at them. So get out of that safe zone. 3, 2, 1. Even if you're just stepping with me, we're thinking low. If you are jumping, I want you to try and throw yourself a little farther to the side. So you got to use that core to stabilize each time. You're at home. Nobody's going to see if you go too far, if you trip a little bit. So it's okay. It's a safe space. Try it. 3, 2, 1. High knees. Maybe you're running at 4 steps, walking 4 steps. 3, 2, 1. Either way, we're pushing to our level. If we're stepping, we're really making those arms big. Halfway, 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. 1 more 20-second cardio push, squat jacks. 3, you got it in 2, 1. It's our last one. So that doesn't mean we back off because we're tired. That means we push. We give our all to it. 10 seconds. Squeeze those glutes at the top. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Grab a sip of water. All right, we have wall sits. 40 seconds, 40 seconds, 30 seconds. So this last one is the shortest. We're going to take a 20-second break in between each one. 20 seconds. That's a big break. So if you're not near a wall, just hold a squat. 40 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. The goal is to get those legs at 90 degrees. Think about pressing the back into the wall. That's going to help you activate your lower abs a little more. Wiggle those toes around. Keep the weight a little heavy in the heels. Knees, hips, and toes are all in alignment. And we just relax. We let the legs work a little bit. We let them get stronger here. If you have any knee issues, recent or for your entire life, wall sits, stagnant holds are one of the best ways to build muscular endurance without putting additional strain on those joints. We're almost there. 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. You got 20 seconds. Shake it out. I mean, you can really shake it out if you want. When my high school girls get in their heads, I make them dance and move. Some of them do it. Some of them look at me like I'm an idiot. I really don't care. Here we go. 40 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Women have an easier time at wall sits. So my guys that are on there, if you're struggling, just know it's just because you're guys. But ladies, we've got that muscular endurance. We just have to believe it's in our legs. We have to be okay if they start to burn. We have to be okay if they start to shake. It's okay if they start to shake. It's not that big of a deal. They're just shaking. They're just working. Really press that back into the wall. Wiggle those toes. Check in. Are we still pretty close to 90 degrees? We're almost there. 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. We got one more. It's only 30 seconds long. You'll notice if you're doing the challenge with me that we switch every week. It alternates if it's we start long or end long. So this week we're ending short. So the shortest ones are at the end. Here we go. 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And if you looked at that and thought 2 minutes, 3 times, there's no way I can do that. We build real slowly, real slowly. You can, and if you miss a day, that's okay. Hop into the next day. We've got one off day every 6 or 7 days. I can't remember what we did. But I kind of set it up that way because if you got 5 of the 6 in, 5 of the 7 in, you're gonna be fine. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring it on back to your mat. We are gonna wrap up with about 4 minutes of core. If you've got to go, go early. The rest of us are gonna stay. We're gonna do add a trick. Add a trick. So we're gonna start with exercise A, 30 seconds on, 15 off. And we're gonna do A, B, 30, 30, 15 off, and A, B, C, then A, B, C, D. So bring it on down to your mat. Exercise A is high to low boat. So we're starting here. Option, feet off the ground, come down, squeeze to come up. Option 2, hands come overhead, squeeze to come up. Option 3, feet stay on the ground, and we just kind of sit up. 30 seconds, here you go. Remember, we're thinking about pulling the belly button in. So often when we do core work, we stick the core out. I don't know about you. I would assume, though, we'd rather tighten everything and pull it in. Reaching the chest to as far as the ceiling and the wall meet, no matter how high we're coming up. For 5, 4, we get 15 seconds off in 3, 2, 1. We are gonna add crisscross abs, hands behind the sit bones. We're just right here. If that's too low, trains our lower back, we just come up right here. So we're starting high to low boat. Then crisscross abs. 3, 2, 1. High to low boat, just like we were. Always an option to grab behind those knees. Take a quick breather right here. Always an option to bring those legs down and just crunch the upper body up. Even if that's just like, let's see if I can get those shoulders off the mat. As long as we're thinking about pulling that belly button in, we're getting the work we need. In 5, crisscross abs coming up. 3, 2, 1. Hands come right behind the sit bones. Back stays flat. Option, keep the head, neck on the mat or roll it up. And you're picking wherever you want for those legs. Whatever works for you. Breathing it out. Really think about pressing that lower back into the mat, no matter where your legs are. Pressing that lower back into the mat. 10 seconds. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 15 off. We are gonna add, oh, grab a weight, forgot about that. Grab one weight. We're gonna add a sit up with a weight transfer. So option 1, we sit all the way up, switch the weight, come down. Option 2, you crunch, switch the weight, come down. That weight just forces us to use those obliques. Here we go, high to low boat. 3, 2, 1. High to low. High to low, then crisscross abs, then weight transfer. We've got 4 exercises. So 4 rounds. And then we are done for the day. Again, always an option. Bring the feet down. If that allows you to get into the abs a little more, leave them down. No big deal. For 5, crisscross abs coming up. 3, 2, 1. Hands behind the sit bones. And then you decide. Sometimes I like to start up and then slowly bring my legs down to feel right where I find that point where I'm struggling to keep my lower back on the mat. Head, neck, and shoulders can be off or on. It's up to you. 10 seconds. Then we're going to grab that weight, sit up, weight transfer. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab that weight, elbows tight against the body. Use that core, sit up, hold it about 45, and come back down. Switch the sides. Or just crunch, pull that belly button in, transfer the weight, sit it down. Our body wants to lean into the side where the weight is. We got to use our core to stabilize, to fight that. for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time, we are adding a high plank. So high-low boat, crisscross abs, sit-up weight transfer, high plank, and we are done for the day. Set that weight off to the side. Here we go. High to low boat in 3, 2, 1. Maybe it looks like, okay, I got 3 full boats in me. And then after that third, I'm gonna bring my knees down for 3 right here. Maybe I'm gonna do 1 leg. What's gonna challenge you? If you haven't done a lot of high or low boats lately, 4 rounds is a lot. For 3, 2, 1. Crisscross abs. Here we go. Maybe your legs are straight up. Maybe they're at 45. Maybe they're right above the mat. Wherever we are, we're thinking about pressing that lower back down into the ground. Keeping it tight. If we feel it round up, that's when we go, okay, gotta bring my legs up a little more. Almost there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab that weight. Here we go. Sit up. Weight transfer. See if you can slow the back down, whether you're crunching or sitting all the way up. See if you can get a little slower back down. Halfway. Again, we're pulling the belly button in to lift the chest and the shoulders up. For 5. Right into that high plank. 3, 2, and 1. Rotate it over. High plank. It's our last 30 seconds. Setting the tone for our week. Setting the tone for our day. And if we ever set the tone, doesn't go so well, you can always reset it on Tuesday, and then again on Wednesday, and then again on Thursday. If we set a goal for the new year and we've kind of dropped it, we can pick it back up. 10 seconds. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push it back, child's pose, or upward facing dog. Whatever feels good to you. We're in upward dog. Bring it to child's pose if you can. Walk those hands over the right. Always an option to bring it into puppy dog pose too, so you're not all the way down. You're walking those hands over the right knee, you're still going to feel that stretch through the side body. Back to center. Other side. Remember to get everything in. No strength class, cardio class ever gives you enough stretch. So make sure you're stretching on your own. Back to center. You can bring it to seated or standing. I'm going to stand. You're going to round those shoulders back. Roll those shoulders back. And roll forward. Cross one arm across the body. Pressure off the elbow. Shoulder drop down away from the ear. Upper body stretches are super easy to do at your desk. Maybe not on a Zoom call, but sometimes I stretch on long Zoom calls. Just turn the camera off. They don't even look at me. And triceps, both arms back behind. Make sure we're not arching that back on those triceps. I have a tendency to stick the butt out. I have to remember to keep my tailbone down. Keep that chin up off the chest. Good. Switch sides. Left arm or whatever other arm you did. Doesn't really matter. Pressure down. Drop the shoulders. Relax the jaw. Lots of times we clench up our face. When we clench up our face, we start to clench up our hips, our glutes. Open things up. Let it go. And tricep stretch. Deep breath. Good. Bring those arms back behind. Open that chest up to the sky. Soften in those knees. Slowly fall forward. Head to the ground. Hands to the sky. You can hold the arms there or release them to the ground, whatever feels good to you. Just take this moment to thank the body for the work that you did today. Thank the mind for allowing the body to work. And roll it on up. Awesome. Awesome job. If you have questions, comments, feel free to take yourself off mute. Otherwise, I will see you next week. Keep doing those wall sits.